here at the bottom, this one here adjusts the height of the saw down and up. When you've set the required height, there's another knob here, and you have to tighten that up completely in order to set the saw at that height. We're going to make some more planks 6mm thickness. This is 1cm. Rather than running it through the Proxon sander, or the thicknesser, sorry, we're going to use the circular saw to cut off a bit of distance there. The wood is 10mm thick. We're going to have to get rid of 4mm because that's 6mm is the thickness we need. To get rid of the 4, we're going to come across the circular saw. And what I've done is, under the guidance of Dr. Michael, I've set the plate, and if we include the width of the blade, as you can see there, zoom up on here, you'll see we'll get rid of 3mm. We'll remove the remaining 1mm with the thicknesser. Come to this side a minute.
Новым быть, чтобы этим пользоваться, да? То есть как бы. Или карой там пораньше, ну, чтобы пальчики такие были.
А почему ничего не нарисовано? Видео?
Аудиоклип написано.
Аудио, так они, видео.
Dr. Michael's corrected my method. What we're going to do is actually cut the thickness right out of the saw, and you can see on the ruler there we've got about 7mm, so we're going to run it through at 7 and remove the remaining 1mm or 0.5mm on the thicknesser. Dr. Michael's also set the height of the saw. He thinks it needs to be a bit higher above the wood. He's also, I left 7 to 7.5 for the width of the plank. He's reduced it down to 6.5. He trusts his cut and he'll get rid of the 0.5mm with the thicknesser. Very good. Okay, he's saying that one hand will hold the wood here this way and also downwards, and the other hand is going to feed the wood into the saw. Okay, so here goes.
Oh, no. Speed. Yeah?
Speed. Also need to adjust the speed.
1, 2. It's minimal.
Minimal, yep.
Да? It's maximum. 6.
Yep.
Medium. 4.
Medium.
4, 3.
4,
4
3.
pair. 4 pair.
For pair.
For pair.
For pair we're using a 4 or a 3. Very good. Good cut. Very good. Yeah, seems to think that finish is good.
What?
Sort of stopped for a second and we got a mark there, but the rest of it very good. Very good. Now, measure?
Yes.
Yeah. You can see it's about 6.7. 6.8. So we're now going to run it through the thicknesser. Start by loosening.
Big distance.
Big distance. Now this. This distance?
Yes.
put it in. One more time. Yeah.
One, two, three.
Yeah. Maybe I'll stop and measure just in case I've 6 point. Get it into the light for you. 6.4.
Yes.
0.4. No, good machine.
So, millimeters.
So the minimum thickness you can get is 2.4 millimeters, and the maximum is 40 millimeters.
Yes,
4 centimeters.
Yeah.
4 centimeters.
It's distance, yeah?
8 centimeters.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yep. Okay, now we're going to put the black paper onto the paper.
Yes, yes. Variant. How? Not water. And yes,
Okay.
in place. Huh?
So rather than mixing it in the container, you can also do that.
It's variant.
Does not matter. Variant. Oh, it's just a variant.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh. One variant there, one variant,
And 2 variant. Yeah. You just want to make sure that the entire plank is covered with glue, because one thing you don't want to have happen is that the paper comes off when it's on the deck. And you want to remove any foreign objects, because you certainly don't want the paper to be stuck on top of a piece of wood. We'll get our resin stopper out, run that along to get rid of all air bubbles.
It's no problem.
No problem.
No.
По-английски снова.
No, again.
Молодец.
Как сказать быстро?
Это довольно сложное слово, не запомнишь. Get dry.
And we allow it to dry. Allow it to dry.
Got dry.
All good? This is the one we prepared earlier, which is dry.
Или просто готово, ready.
Alex, I have one question. Keep rolling, please.
Ready. This plank ready. Where is the question?
When we first arrived in St. Petersburg, I spoke to him about the paper he uses for the caulking.
Yes.
This is very thin paper.
Yes.
He told me that he puts ink onto white paper to create this paper.
If he has no black
He told me
black paper.
he actually does not buy black paper, he prefers to make black paper.
Yes.
Can you ask him about this, please, and ask him exactly the process for making black paper?
Как чернить бумагу белого цвета?
О,
Can
я
we
показывал
make
обычную тушь для for calligraphy, да? Вот.
calligraphy?
The special black ink for calligraphy.
Black ink
Calligraphy,
for
да?
calligraphy.
Значит,
Maybe you
вы
can
скажите,
get
как
zoom in
это
on
можно
that.
делать любой краской, да? Которая хорошо пропитывает бумагу.
It is possible to do with every paint which penetrate deeply inside the paper.
Okay.
Yes? Вот. И которая, так сказать, а что касается, они боятся, что она расплываться будет по древесине, да? То есть они могли убедиться, что этого не происходит.
Don't worry that black ink will penetrate through the surface of the plank.
Yeah.
Yes?
Don't worry.
Yes, yes. Значит, если они будут использовать краску, которая растворяется, скажем, там, ацетоном, вот растворители, то есть надо знать сразу, чем они будут отделывать палубу. Если это будет лак, у которого растворитель растворяет и краску, вот тогда можно испачкать палубы при окончательной отделке, да? Вот.
The effect will be awful if you will use the varnish on the base which deeply penetrates through the ink. And that's why everything will be black.
Ah, so if we use varnish on the deck afterwards, the varnish will loosen this and this will go on the deck.
It will be the chemical reaction.
Ah, so no varnish. Niet,
Yes.
niet varnish.
Or varnish which is based on the other chemical structure which cannot destroy the ink.
Okay.
Before,
So you use a
make an
special...
example and check up.
So he uses a special type of varnish on the deck afterwards.
Yes. Какой у тебя ваниш используешь после этого?
Я, так сказать, я использовал щелочную политуру, помните? Вот.
He used spiritual shellac.
Spirit
Spirit,
shellac.
alcohol, shellac and alcohol together.
Alcohol shellac. Maybe ask him when we finish this deck we can polish it.
Of course, we
And
should polish
this is
with
very,
shellac.
very important. Can he please make a very small piece of paper exactly like he makes his black paper for
Можешь
us?
ему прочернить какую-нибудь бумажку?
Ну, правда?
No, thank you, yeah. Okay. Okay, he's told me just ordinary newspaper, which is very good for this, or this bad quality paper. Bad quality, what does he mean by bad quality?
Not glitter,
No shine.
not
no
like
gloss.
a journal, not like the expensive journal.
Not like expensive paper. No shine. Dull.
No shine.
Dull. Low shine paper.
Глянцевый, да. Yes.
Okay, come around here, Ivan. Okay, he's got a, don't have to zoom in too much. He's got a little sponge, some ink, calligraphy ink, into the lid.
Вот хорошо впитывается в бумагу, скажите.
Very good penetrate into the middle of the paper.
Oh. Simple as that.
It's no problem.
Both sides. He puts the ink on both sides, and then
Put it on the
here
battery.
to dry. Maybe one day,
Maybe 1 hour of this.
1 hour,
Using
next
this
to the
battery.
heater. Whoops. And it's dry. Grey or brown.
Sometimes the tar is not black. It must be grey, maybe dark brown,
Бумага может быть разной толщины. Да, мы говорили о
The
том, что...
thickness of the paper must be according with the scale of the model, more thicker.
Да, вот.
And it's just, so any ink, not necessarily calligraphy ink, any ink in grey.
But more better than calligraphy because it penetrates through the paper very good.
Okay, you need an ink that penetrates a paper.
Yes.
And calligraphy ink does this well.
Don't worry, it is possible to find this ink everywhere where children buy their goods for the school.
Конечно. Она высохнет и так, конечно.
The drawings are making with the same ink, black ink,
Yeah.
by professionals and by the students in the universities.
Yeah. Any ink, I understand.
Но мы с ним говорили, что лучше делать пробники, да? И
But more better to do prefer the probe with small pieces, the testing, the small pieces.
Участки палубы маленькие делать, да, бумага разной толщины, разного цвета и смотреть.
Do not experiment with the original deck. Use only
small pieces of wood
small pieces of
on
wood, small
separate
pieces
wood,
of ink, and so on,
just
so
to
on.
test.
Да.
Yeah.
In order not to destroy.
Да. И актив выбрать хороший вариант.
Now it's time. Have you got a knife, Dr. Mishka? So we're just going to remove the excess black paper from the...
Сейчас, one moment, да? Вау.
no good because cut the plank.
То есть надо, чтобы бумага прижималась, скажите, в сторону бумаги.
Must be pressed to the side of the deck, but not out.
Не отрывалась. Да?
Yeah. Paper must be pressed towards the
The
edge.
angle of knife must be pressing.
Must, yeah.
No. On yourself. In this direction.
Okay.
Можно так, да. Главное, чтобы прижималось. Да. Может оторвать иначе. Вот ее.
There's some glue there. That's good. Yeah, I understand. And
the rest
sukharik gets rid of
black
glue.
material you must cut off with the help of sukharik.
So that's been trimmed. We're always cutting the paper against the plank. Spasiba.
Very good.
Very good. Okay.
Можно страдать.
Now we measure the depth of the plank, which
Скажите, это точная высота плюс 0,2-0,3 миллиметра. Мы же будем шлифовать, он видел.
1.8 millimeters, 1.7 actually.
Толщина бумажки 0,3?
Нет,
It is necessary to have the reserve for the
Sukharik.
finishing.
Yeah. So on the plans, the height of the plank was about 1.8 millimeters, but we're going to cut them an extra 0.2 millimeters. So the total depth of the plank will be 2 millimeters, because remember we're going to be sanding the deck, and we have to allow a reserve for that sanding. So I will unplug.
Это
If you're afraid,
блок.
it is a block.
It's a block.
It's a block.
Oh, okay, I didn't know that. Oh, okay. That locks by inserting something into there.
It is
Interesting.
additional detail for this. So
Okay.
Сейчас я сниму, он включен все.
We're setting this to 2 millimeters.
Вы решили лампу купить такую же, да?
Да, сын пошел, уже там нету.
Нету уже, да?
Да. Справишься, я пойду съезжу, согласую.
Ну давайте, вы.
Deck. The positions of the hatches. Does he mark them with the lineator after the deck is planked? After we put all these
На
planks?
фанеру налепили рейки.
Да.
Ты переписываешь каждый раз позицию мачт, люков.
Вы скажите так, что здесь же королевская полоса центральная отсутствует.
The central
Поэтому эта
royal
разметка, она
part of
свободна.
the deck is empty. That's why the marking is empty too. And
Да,
всё
да.
правильно.
А если бы она была заделана, да, заделалась, то я перед этим в точке, скажем, вот мачты, да, перед тем, как накладывать планки, я просто сверлю тонкие дырочки, скажем, там 1 миллиметр или 2 миллиметра, а потом с другой стороны их всегда можно будет опять пройти, и мы будем эти точки иметь уже на обшивке.
If the surface is later will be covered, before covering, it is necessary with the help of drill machine to make a small hole which will be visible from backside.
Before covering.
Yes, before covering.
So if this was not open,
If you will fill this space one after another with the planks, before covering the last position, please make a hole and only then put the last plank, and backside of this plywood
so lift this
will
up.
be the answer of your question, where is the position of the mast.
okay, yeah.
It's no problem, да?
So mark on the board
Да.
and also the hatches.
Or here, or here, or here.
He said to me yesterday that the position of the hatches is not marked for the lineator, only the masts.
Вчера ты ему говорил, что позиция мачт не только линейкой может измеряться, или что-то в таком духе.
Or maybe I misunderstood him. Maybe you do use
Или
them
он
in
не
your-
понял тебя.
Наверное, не понял. Потому что нет, скажите так, что мы делаем сначала разметку на фанерной палубе для того, чтобы получить все позиции доски, да, чтобы разметить обшивку, да? Вот.
Before making the marking, we prepare the plywood for positioning of the edges, which are coincided with the beams.
Yep.
Beams,
And beams are
размер.
coincided with the position of the hatches.
Да. Для
And
этого
the
нужны
mast,
же
of course.
позиции, нам нужны были
That's
позиции.
why we must
Да.
mark all the positions of the most important things of the deck.
Да.
The most important things are beams and masts.
Yes.
А потом,
Это
когда
hatches.
полностью будет готова
Beams
наша
and masts.
палуба, да,
After finishing the deck,
мы сделаем новую разметку уже
we shall make
окончательную,
another marking on the surface of the planking,
чистую уже окончательную финиш.
the final one.
Да.
Also, the other question I had, just before you go, he cuts this plywood shape, to match the shape of the deck, and he planks outwards. What happens if he is out by 2 millimeters at the end, and then he must put in the waterway, and the waterway does not fit with the exact size it should have? Do you understand what I mean?
Understand.
This is
but
very-
it is our case when we make the clean deck, not connected with the real hull. When you will prepare the shablon for the real hull, you will not have this question. Before planking the shablon of plywood shablon,
Yep.
you will fix
The
all
lines.
the line of coinciding with the hull. With the help of different methods, with the help of paper shablons, which we...
На модели покажите. Вот, да.
So you're saying that...
Ну вот, пожалуйста. So you remember?
Я имею в виду, на модели можно показать, что по палубе, если делать.
So he creates this cardboard.
He creates this cardboard according with the shape of the internal part of the hull.
Exactly. He creates this from his
Yes,
hull, not from the
exactly.
plans.
Exactly. Not
Okay.
for the plans, of course.
Because the plans can be wrong.
Yes.
Then
And they
here,
makes all the marking of the beams,
okay.
hatches, and the positioning of the mast.
and then from this, he makes the plywood,
Of
Cut
course,
out
from this.
and these lines exactly the same as this.
Exactly.
And if he follows the lines here with planks, he will not have a problem.
Yes.
Okay. Is the inside of the hull planked obviously after this deck goes into the hull.
Sorry, repeat.
The inside of the hull comes like this. This is a deck.
Yes.
Is the inside of the hull planked after the deck goes into the model? For example, if we come here, is this planked after this is put in?
Не понимаю. We explained you everything on the example of the photo. Remember 2 days ago.
Yeah. No, planking inside of hull. Plank. Do you understand?
Before planking the inside. Before.
Yeah. So this is done immediately after this is inserted.
Yes, after the deck is inserted, you must finish the hull, making the planks, internal part of the hull.
Yeah, and the waterway.
Not before establishing the
the confusion I had, the waterway is connected to the deck, not to, and also to this.
Ни хрена не понимаю. Покажи мне, Миша, фотографию еще раз. Как там между ватервейсом, между дек-клампом идет щель для палубы. Waterway and the deck clamp, do you remember?
Сейчас я нарисую.
Has the place for inputting the deck.
Yeah, I understand that.
I don't understand your question.
That's...
Write me a question on the paper and show me.
Our board, да, yes?
Yeah.
Yes? Вот. Так. Сейчас я нарисую. Нет. Сейчас. Waterway. Yes?
Yeah.
Yes. Скажите так, что мы ну сейчас я объясню, я нарисую, да? Вот. Так. Вот так вот. Что?
This line is not supposed to be there?
Оставляем.
Okay.
Да.
Okay, forget that line.
А здесь вот на борту, вот она, он опирается же, да, палуба наша?
Yeah.
Yes. Вот. Вот. Мы оставляем вот это место свободным. Вот
We leave this place free of planking.
Which place?
For waterways.
Okay.
We leave this part of the deck for waterway.
This is what I was asking.
На реальной палубе, когда мы ее подогнали, вот фанерную полностью.
Он об этом спрашивал.
Да. Мы начинаем вот отсюда обшивать палубу. Это первое, второе, третье, четвертое. Прямо на модели.
3 minutes ago that it is a clean example of preparing the deck. But when you are making the real deck, first of all you put the waterway and only then the first plank.
Для этого мы вставляем вместо ватервейса пластиковую линейку.
For that purpose, we input instead of waterway before the plastic ruler and put the line with a pencil.
Вместо него. И ставим вот эту первую планку, приклеиваем, а потом идем дальше, в эту сторону, оклеивать. Потом мы планку уберем, это будет место для ватервейса.
Then we extract the plank, which is the schablon.
Да.
And instead of plastic schablon, we establish here the real waterway.
Once the deck is in the ship.
Yes.
Once the deck
Мы
is
после того, как мы уже отполируем, отшлифуем, да, чтобы нам, иначе вам ватервейс будет это мешать делать, да? Вот.
Just after finishing the development of the surface of the deck, we fix the deck inside, because waterway will disturb us to varnish and to polish the surface of the deck.
Yes. So, I guess, I understand. But this waterway must be made absolutely perfectly, because it will fit between this plank and the side of the hull.
Yes.
There is absolutely no room for error.
Yes.
Not even 1 millimeter. Nothing.
Of course.
No error. That's what I'm saying. Yeah.
Ватервейс должен сделать очень точно.
Никита, если у нас планка абсолютно ровная, да, и мы это делаем, первую планку пришиваем, когда палуба стоит на модели, да, мы прямо к борту прижимаем, к реальный борт, да? Вот, смотри, вот как вот скажем. Вот мы ее поставили, да?
Press the schablon directly to our deck and to our hull.
Да, прямо на модели, да? Вот. Потом
Then we glue the first planking.
First planking, да, мы ее приклеиваем. Потом мы ее извлекаем.
Then we extract
the
schablon.
И палубу вынимаем, а планка
take away the plank, because you must know the rule number, золотое правило, the golden rule number 2, to make everything which is possible out of the hull.
Yes? И мы уверены, что у нас абсолютно одинаковая дистанция по всему борту.
Between board and the first plank is the same.
So he starts planking from the outside of the deck inwards.
Yes, not from the middle part, but from outside.
See, I was under the impression we plank from the middle out.
It is impossible to do here.
Нет,
This plank.
outside in.
Yes.
So we plank from the outside in.
Yes, on the real model.
On the real model.
Here, it is not real model.
Yes.
That's why
Okay.
we teach you to make only the planking.
Да. А сказать, для чего мы тогда подгоняем эту палубу так вот фанерную, так сказать? Да, именно для этого, чтобы все сделать по реальной палубе потом, прямо на
We
модели.
make the absolutely exact schablon of the deck
Да.
only for this purpose. To put